I'm Stuart Waldman, president of VICA.
And I'm Greg Lippy, chairman of VICA. Welcome to the VICA Show. Today we have our Leaders Forum, and our guest is San Francisco Mayor and gubernatorial candidate Gavin Newsom. In the past, we've had Speaker Karen Bass and candidate also for governor Tom Campbell.
Also in this episode, we've got City Councilman Paul Koretz, who's at VICA After Dark. And we have some upcoming events that are going to be fantastic. Most importantly, our Business Forecast Conference, which is on October 29th. Go to our website, www.vica.com, for more information, and we hope to see you there.
Hi, I'm Greg Lippy, chairman of VICA. Welcome to the VICA Show. I'm here today with San Francisco Mayor and gubernatorial candidate Gavin Newsom. Gavin, why don't you tell us what you will be able to do to fix our economy?
Good, and we have 30 seconds for the answer. No, I think I've long been arguing for the idea of a constitutional convention because it gets to the core of the frustration that I think most of us have. That is, you can't keep playing in the margin. This state needs order of magnitude change. I was one of the first mayors, I think the first mayor in the state of California over a year and a half ago to come out in support of this idea. Think about this. The Constitution in California is 8 times longer than the U.S. Constitution. It's been amended over 500 times. The U.S. Constitution only about 27 times. It's now the 3rd largest constitution or longest in the world. India and, curiously, Alabama. If you're from Alabama, you understand. The point of saying that is we've been changing it on a whim. We've been changing it based upon the politics of the day and the moment without considering the long-term consequences. The opportunity now is to get in under the hood, look at things in the context of one another, meaning reforms like a 2-year budget cycle, something I support, reducing the propensity for folks to focus on just getting a budget deal done as opposed to focusing on whether or not the money that's being invested is making a difference. And that's what a 2-year budget cycle will do, creating a more robust rainy day reserve, something in San Francisco we have, which has been a godsend. It actually has kept our bond rating up in this economic climate, which has not been insignificant. I believe very strongly in realignment and new strategies to focus on creating more autonomy and accountability for cities and counties, etc. So these are the kinds of things in a constitutional convention get to be framed that I believe then get into the substance of how we can turn the state around.
Stuart Waldman, president of VICA here. I'm with Councilmember Paul Koretz, newly elected to the 5th Council District, and we're here at the VICA After Dark, which is one of our signature events. Welcome. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great.
That's great. Now, you've been on the council a few months, so why don't you tell us, what do you think compared to Sacramento?
Well, the budget process is almost as difficult. The only difference is that there's not institutionalized dysfunction, so it's not Republicans fighting Democrats.
Right.
We've got a tough problem, but we're all working together on solving it, and we actually had a good 4 or 5 day long meeting, which I've never seen before in city history. And we actually resolved a significant piece of our budget problem. So it actually felt like a good, functional, good policy system.
That's great. Now, do you have any policy issues coming up that might be of interest to the business community?
Well, there are a lot of things, but in general, one of the things is I asked to be, and I became chair of the Audits and Government Efficiency Committee. And I'm going to be looking at dozens of suggestions that we got from several groups, including VICA, of helpful but previously ignored ways to save money. And my hope is that if we use every good idea that Laura Chick came up with that weren't really utilized, that VICA came up with, that some of the other individuals and organizations and other staff people, and look at some of the audits that were ignored, we could save hundreds of millions of dollars. There's a lot of waste in different places in the city of Los Angeles, and I think that can help to resolve our budget crisis.
Well, it sounds like a great start. We're happy to have you here, and thank you for coming.